Hey, IDS 302, let's get the show on the road, okay? I would love to be able to play music with the video, but then they won't let me post it. I'm outside, as you can see. I'm on a balcony, my favorite place to be, but just to give you some idea, here's what's happening for me. See, we're getting our parking lot redone, so everybody had to move, and I parked about a mile away from here. So here's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, that's a cigar I got going. No scotch too early yet. Uh, I have some sense of dignity. Okay, so anyways, wait, bring him back. Take him back. Take him back. All right. You can see what kind of prison I live in. No, this is fine. I like it. Pay enough. Anyhow, it is Monday, October 25th. 1 month till Christmas for those who celebrate. 7 months and 1 day till my birthday for those who celebrate. Um, Module 2, I guess this is. So I'm looking to get into this. As you may or may not know, I do 3 videos per week for 3 different classes. And sometimes I get um, cross info, not wrong info, but I double the info. Okay, I'm going to use these. I'm sorry, but I love my Ray-Ban prescriptions, but they're not as good when I'm doing my video to see everything really close. Okay, so let's get right into it because this is going to be a wild one, huh? All right, plus minus grading, final grades plus minus. I've never done that before, so I bring it up to you to let you know that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Apparently, my class is defaulted that way. I'm looking at IDS 302. No, yours isn't like that. Dang it! Um, tell you what, when you send me your Easter eggs, give me your vote. Vote yes for plus minuses or no for no plus minuses. We'll see how that turns out, okay? It's not an Easter egg, but please, do that for me and I'll know. Because the other 2 classes I really haven't taught, so they're all defaulting to plus minus the grade schema that was used in the past. So um, just let me know on that one, okay? Um, this is you guys, yeah. Okay, this isn't something that's appropriate to you. See, okay. Hey, I want you to just generally know this. You might want to make a note of it, post it, put it up. Keep yourself out of the papers, the steps that are coming up now. If a prompt does not specifically ask you about your opinion or experience, then you need to keep yourself out is the objective. Try to keep yourself out of it because I think I've used this example. It starts getting to be a blur though. You're in history class and you got a history book and you're looking through it and the Civil War took place 1863, 1867, 18, and then they did this and that and the Civil War ended. You never go into it in history, high school history book and go, oh, this chapter is about, I'm going to write about history because I really like history and history means a lot to me. I did this and that in history and so you know what I mean. When you get to the higher levels of academia, scholarly papers, they are written without pronouns. There is no royal we, especially when you get into research. You guys are going to write this. You're going to write. We looked at the data from who's we. You got a team behind you. No, keep yourself out of it. If you need to use yourself, which I would submit to you, you never do, but if you would, you could use the the current researcher. That's you, the current researcher. It's a third person, okay? And the current research instead of my research. It's the current research. That's the research you're going to be doing starting off. Because this is module 2. The steps begin. We get to start now. It's so exciting, isn't it? I want you to read my feedback if you can, of course. Even if you get 100%, don't just assume, hey, I did great. I'm not going to even look. Here's to my Starbucks scholars, right? Um, I I usually make comments on some. Some might be very specific, so I think it'd be good to know to see those. So make sure you check that out. Um, I'm going to give you a link just because I know interdisciplinary studies can be a bit of a weird thing like, what do you do with it? And I just want to show you, because I stumbled on this. Somebody asked me about it, and I'm going to give you, what happened here? I'm going to give you this link. Why is my computer just suddenly, there it is. I'm going to give you this link. It says, local ASU graduate campaigns for refugees, more education. Yeah, that is your instructor there in 2013, before I graduated with my bachelor's degree. Now, the first line of that, the writer called me, and that's when I was named the graduate of the year, and they called me and says, Ahwatukee resident Michael Fair subscribes to the philosophy that his life is like a pair of shoes to be worn out in service. I never said that. I don't know where he got it from. I cringe when I hear that because it just sounds too cringy. Like I didn't say it. But the rest of it is fairly accurate. Except it cracks me up when, I don't have the same job anymore. Obviously, I'm working here. And Frederick Corey, the dean of University College, director of School of Letters and Science, he quoted about me. I never met him in my life. Okay, so anyways, just so you can see what's possible, and a little brag link, let's call that. All right, Easter egg number 1, right off the bat. No I, me, my, we. Easter egg number 1 is no I, me, my, we. Get that? Pronouns, right? Okay. All right. So in module 2, the learning materials, I have so many windows open, you can't even believe it. Oh my God, where is it? What all these? Okay, module 2, here we go. Okay, so review the disciplinary pyramid pyramid diagram. Review the disciplinary approaches diagram. You should have seen these in your 301. I want you to review them. It should be pretty self-explanatory now that you're in 302. Okay, you know about differences in the disciplinary focus, analysis, what have you. All right. Now, there's information. There's a whole page in this module about ethics in research. It's in here. Please read it all because it's part of a quiz. Okay. It's very important. Now, wasn't it on the last quiz? I can't remember anymore. Oh my God. If you guys get information on a quiz that you have not yet seen, would you please let me know? Preview, IRB. Oh my God. All right. Nobody told me when you did quiz 1 that you haven't had. Did you have IRB? Did I put it in this module? Maybe I did. Yeah, there it is. Okay, sorry. So frankly, take it out of module 2. You did have preparation. So those of you that messed up the quiz, you really did a lousy job. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Squirrel. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take it back. I'm taking it back. Nobody screwed up the quiz, by the way. Okay, so disciplinary approaches and disciplinary pyramid. The one-page article by Meath, you should have seen that in 301, but I just want you to remind you of it. These are foundational things in interdisciplinary studies, of which 95% of you are getting a bachelor's degree in, which means you should be equipped to discuss, defend, describe interdisciplinary studies, right? Then you got chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7, which are approximately 31 pages, not that big of a deal. And there's some really good important information there. Those of you who took me in 301 and had to read some of those before, you're reading more intense, you're reading so it sticks, okay? I talk about the basic formatting requirements for all papers, especially the step papers. This is where I'm really going to get into it, right? So make sure it's in Word only. So far, you're really good at that. Make sure it's Times New Roman 12-point font. Some of you are still not getting that. Turn them in with Calibri or whatever the heck you want. Comic Sans, italics. Just please step it down with the italics, bullet points, things like that. Times New Roman 12-point font. Double line spacing throughout the entire paper, okay? Including the works cited list, all right? Paragraph indents, just hit tab once. Tab once and it goes in the same for every single one. Use paragraph indents often. Break up your thoughts into paragraphs. It's easier to read and digest, okay? Do that. Make sure your work is organized. If there's subheadings from the prompt or from the instructions, You can bold those subheadings. You can leave an extra line gap between the end of one and the beginning of another one. All right. Again, no I, me, my. Appropriate spelling and grammar. Use your spell check and grammar. And the reason I'm going through all this because you're going to end up with 5 steps. You're going to end up with 20 to 40 pages. Like I said, somebody did 77 last summer. I didn't want to read that. Okay, 20 to 40, you're going to end up, maybe 30, 20 to 30. Okay, you need to, Dr. Prisdia, hey, let me call you back. I'm doing my video. Okay. All right. So make sure that use appropriate spelling and grammar. And because the reason I'm doing this, again, like I said, is that you're going to have a really nice paper compiled. Some of you are going to go on to grad school, want to use grad school. You're going to want to have a writing sample. This is a great candidate for that, okay? Just to show off. I do have your links for your Purdue, OWL, in-text citations, authors, reference list, authors. Okay, here's the deal. If you screw up on the works cited list and the citations, the formatting, you're not going to do well on the paper. You're not, okay? I may give you a chance to do it again. But if you think you're going to slip one past the goalie here and it's going to be like, it's, you'll get by. No, I will, we're all going down together and sinking with the ship. So formatting counts. Let me check my notes. There's a page on, that's why I have coffee, IDS 401 info. Be sure to look at that. You have to do it. And there's different options to take. So you just click on that link, it takes you to the page. And you can choose applied study, directed study, research fellows. There's nice options there. Applied study, I think that's what I did when I did my applied study at Lutheran Social Services of the Southwest. It was really cool. Directed study is when like someone would write a paper for me. I'd be an advisor for them and they would write a paper. I don't really do that. It's very rare I do that. Why? Because, and I get asked a lot, but I don't do it because I'm typically not in the field, an expert in the field or credentialed in the field that the student wants to write about. They want to write maybe something interdisciplinary and everything, which makes sense in that, but you need to get to the content of what it's going to be. You know, my concentrations were African American studies and human rights, and in grad school I was interdisciplinary as well, and I focused on, video production, ideology, some really disparate kind of subjects there. So I'm not really a good candidate, but I rarely will do one, and only if it resonates with my study, I feel confident that I can assist the student. All right, so that is your 401. Then you've got a page on Purdue OWL formatting again. Can you detect a pattern there? Sure you can. Discussion board, thinking outside the box. It's an exciting one. You're going to click on that link. You're going to bring up a 40-some page Word document, just one long list of disciplines. And you're going to go, oh my God, I didn't think there was many disciplines. Well, some of them are pretty fringe and may not be mainstream university degrees, but most of them are singular, have their own singular silo of learning and concepts and research methods, things like that. But note that I say there's no need to play it safe here. Give me some of these that you like and tell me why, Don't just say English because what? No, get out there, man. Alien studies. I don't know if it's there. I mean, whatever. I mean, just tell me, you're not committed to it, okay? This is not like your introduction where I forced you to pick your favorite song, which I never did. People are like, I can't do this. Well, no kidding. I've been alive 3 times longer than most of you. You think I can pick a favorite song? All right, Anywho, squirrel. Okay, so quiz 2. This is 2 questions, 15 points each, no time limit. Question 1 is a matching question, okay? Question 2, 150 to 300 words. Use terminology and concepts from the readings. I will ding the heck out of you if you just write off the cuff, okay? Because remember, college is somewhere you come to learn new things and you apply those new things, all right? Okay, so that's good there. And then what do we have here? What else we got? Still going. Easter egg number 2. Let's say must format per requirements. Okay, Easter egg number 2 is must format per requirements. Remember to put your email, your class IDS 302 in the subject of your email or somewhere, by your name or something like that. Okay, and that's cool. Most of you are doing that. Just a reminder. Okay, it really helps me because I'm going to get like 80 of these in, and I just don't like trying to remember which Easter eggs are for which class. All right, so then we get to Tanner step 1. My excitement is palpable. Notice the first line of the instructions: be thorough, depth is rewarded, brevity is not. We're not writing a tweet here, folks. Okay, number 2. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I want to take a hit off that cigar so bad. That's why I'm hurrying up. Okay, I got a problem. Sorry. All right, so you have to have an approved topic. And I will say that the overwhelming majority of you do. There are some that still do not have an approved topic for a variety of reasons. They never turned one in, which I could have really made it tough for me to actually do a research proposal. You don't want to get into those, trust me. Or I gave a few zeros out to people who did not follow the instructions, did not put down the exact question. Those of you that did, which is overwhelming you, you are awesome. You did a great job. You followed that question to the comma. And that's how it's done, okay? And as I said, it's important because what are some of the? We're not claiming what are the. If we say what are the, okay, then we're claiming we're going to tell you all of them. No, what are some of the, okay? Opinions, perceptions, experiences. Okay, it's just general stuff, but it gives you an idea what's going on. Okay, regarding blank, regarding student loan debt. Okay, is that it? Is that all we're doing? No, comma, revealed in a survey. It tells the methodology, the design of the student, of the data collection. But is it revealed in a survey of student debtors? No. Is it revealed in a survey of bankers who are making a killing on those things? No. It's revealed in a survey of random adults. And it's a question because it starts, what are? Question mark. You did that. That's excellent, but I want to emphasize that's going to be your cover page. Boom, right there. And that's it. Put your name. You'll see that, how it's done. Hope some of you had a chance to take a look at the full paper samples that I put in. It's good to have some kind of context about where you're going here in this class. And in step 1, you'll see a very thorough sample of step 1, which is here. This one is 4 pages, and you'll see how they have this thing formatted. Oh, that was Ray. Yeah, Ray crushed it. I think he was a spy, a former spy, Department of Homeland Security. It's great. It's a great one. I like it a lot. I mean, it's very thorough. 1, 2, 3, 4 sources. These all government support sources. Sources is where you'll struggle the most. Okay, and I admit that, and I know that's happening. Let me close this preview up, and then look. I just have a list of reminders for formatting. Okay, now again, formatting is nothing to be pissed at, mad about, irritated, intimidated by. It's really not that big of a deal, okay? You learned how to text you guys are talking future language, okay? You did that, it came organically, you'll get this, okay? I got it at 53, you'll get it. Wow, she still delivered the mail and she had to walk like a mile. What the heck, I thought we weren't going to get it today. I guess through sleet and snow and 85-degree Phoenix weather. Hey, you made it, huh? I thought you'd skip today. Well, that's the mail carrier's oath through sleet and snow and the 85-degree weather. Okay. All right, sorry about that, you guys. I like my mail lady. Okay, so did that sound weird? No. All right, formatting. You can do it, okay? I think that's all I wanted to talk about. The rest of this, let's see. Let me just double check. Yeah, you got to have your approved topic. There's 3 different sections: the statement of the problem, the purpose of the study, and the significance of the study, okay? Now, if you look at that sample, you're going to see kind of ways to do that. All right. All right. Now, let me give you an example. Statement of the problem would be like, the problem is, why is there so much student debt? Why is there so much student default? What can be done? Can anything be done? And I'm not giving you word for word. I'm just saying, this is it. I mean, in terms of, let's say for Black Lives Matter, the problem is Black Lives Matter a legitimate civil rights advocacy group, or is it domestic terrorism? And what's the evidence show? Okay. What is the problem? The purpose of the study. Okay, the purpose of your study. Now you're going to say the purpose of the study is to, don't say prove, okay? You can say to collect data from random adults to determine or interpret those results, to find through the opinions, personal experiences, and perceptions of others, how does society look at student loan debt, Black Lives Matter, Second Amendment rights? Okay. Purpose of it is to advance the knowledge. In this case, it's advancing sort of anecdotal knowledge, what people think, but it's also valuable, if not, albeit a small study. Okay. Do not overpromise. Do not overbite. You cannot deliver on a big promise. You're not going to prove anything. Okay. You're not going to cure anything. I used to tell my students, if you want to cure cancer in this class, I'll give you an A+ and nominate you for a Nobel Prize, but don't. It's good to stay humble. Okay, so the significance of the study. Why is it significant? Okay, well, the significance of the study then would be that student loan debt is a very important and popular and contemporary problem that's being looked at. There's talk about forgiveness, how much to forgive, 10,000, 50,000, everything. They're talking about student loans, and I'm going to say you're going to have to decide who they are, but talking about student loans being a racial discrepancy, a racial issue too. And don't be afraid to use question marks in your statement, your purpose. You're going to ask questions about, hypothetical. This is why you want to be the study. You're talking about the significance being that it's an important topic, and any data, even a small study, helps to advance the knowledge for that particular problem towards resolution. Any. Okay, incrementally. As I've said before, this is research because you're adding new knowledge. You're gonna survey random adults who've never been surveyed before. You're gonna have this data that's never been getting before. You're gonna interpret it in a way that's never been interpreted before, and in that way, you're adding a teaspoon into the ocean of knowledge in your field, in your for that problem. But you're still adding. You're not taking it out and going, here, look what I did. No, you're adding it. You're collecting it, interpreting it, and adding it. Okay. Let me know if you have questions. All right. Remember, don't pre-screen. I don't pre-grade. Okay. And remember, this isn't already tell me what this is. This isn't tell me what you already know. Again, because you're not even supposed to appear in this. Okay. My harshest language to my 3O students is, you don't get to appear because nobody cares. And sadly, it's true, right? Because did you care about the guy who wrote your history book or the woman who wrote your history book in high school? No, you don't care. You just want to read. You're taking history. Okay. Do you care who wrote this book? Are you really getting attached to Dr. Marcus Tanner here? No, it's just your book. This is your paper, and you care. And you always care. But don't think the reader's going to care about you. They're going to compare about what they're reading. Okay. All right. So remember, for formatting, I've given you enough clues how to do it. Let me give you some real tips. It's hard to do it up here, but in-text citations, they do not come after the punctuation. If you put them after the punctuation, that means you're starting the next sentence with an in-text citation. And I will tell you, you can't start sentences with in-text citations. You'll go, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Because you put it after the punctuation of the previous sentence. So let's say you're quoting, okay? Open quotes, say the quote, then close quotes, and then parentheses, and then author's name, comma, space, year, close parentheses. Or author's name, ampersand, and another author's name, comma, space, year, close. Or parentheses, author's name, comma, et al. For more than two, comma, the year. Or add the page numbers. But look it up. That's the way to do it. But make sure it comes after the quote, close quote, before the punctuation. If it's not a quote, just put it before the punctuation. Okay? That's going to be important. A lot of slippage there. Make sure you get all those spaces correct. Anytime it's always last names. I don't want to see any first names in your paper anywhere. Last names only. Remember, the ampersand goes in the citation. It doesn't go in the text. Okay? Anything that you have that you cited, any writer or whatever, you have to cite. You have to put it in your works cited list. Alphabetical order, double line space, hanging paragraphs. Okay? Don't just say, oh, this app has an automatic, it exports it in this format, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, you do, because they don't work. They don't work. They won't put it in hanging paragraphs. I'm going to get you for that. Okay? So don't copy and paste chunks of writing or little small pieces. When you do, you're going to get a gray highlight haze in the back of your paper, like a highlight. I'll notice that. It's going to make it wrong. It's also going to change the black font to a different color black font. I guarantee you. I've seen it all. Okay? All right? You want to start your works cited list at the top of the first blank page after you wrote your paper. You go to that first blank page. I don't care if you had one line bleeding into the next page. You skip the rest of it, go to the next blank page. Okay? You don't have to have page numbers yet. No cover pages. No abstract. Okay? Now, don't worry about blowing it. Turn it in, get it done in time, and we'll talk about it. Do the best you can. I do look at content. Content's going to be important. Of course it is, right? I want you to go through this. I want you to look for sources that are peer-reviewed sources. Okay, let me give you a tip. Every little subsection you have should have a source. Should have a good source. That source should never be the dictionary, never be the encyclopedia, never be Investopedia, never be Wikipedia, never be any pedia or dictionary. Should never be a newspaper. If you want to play it safe, you go to the ASU library, you search. On the right side, you click on filter or expand my results, and you filter for peer-reviewed journals, and you filter for full text online. Click that, and everything you get is going to be peer-reviewed. Everything you're going to get is going to be online. Peer-reviewed is important because we are dealing now in research. Everything must be checked, double-checked. That's why you learned about the IRB last week. That was like an introduction. Everything needs to be cool going through, okay? So I think we've got it. I don't want to harp on it. We'll learn as we go. It won't be bad. So let's finish with Easter egg number 3 and say use peer-reviewed sources. Okay? I'm glad you guys went through this with me here for 29 minutes almost, 28 and a half. I will let you go. Enjoy your day, your week, your month, and your year. All right? Forks up. Peace.